Greetings, fellow captains, and welcome back to another episode of World of Warships with the Hivehound. And today we're going to take our first look at some Roma gameplay. The current campaign ship, a brand new tier 7, completely new fleet. If you're interested in a video about my build and sort of how I've gone about it, a quick TLDR version is I've basically gone for survivability because this thing is a close quarters brawler from what I've understood from the gameplay in it so far, at least anyway. So right, let's get into it. The Roma has 381mm, so they're 15-inch guns. It has 9 of them, all in triple turrets, 2 at the front and 1 at the rear of the ship. It does have, it really does have, particularly good side armor. If you angle this ship well, as you'll see, it can become pretty effective. So the enemy team does have a destroyer, so I'm not overly keen of pushing straight into it. But you know, as usual in a tier 7 game, the team's really passive, and well, that just frustrates me. It frustrates me a lot. It's been like I've had a few games. I've had 10 matches. Oh no, I lie. I've had 14 matches today, whilst finding a bit of spare time. And when I've done that, I've been playing predominantly the Roma, the gas coin, and to be honest, I've played the Zara like twice. And yeah, we'll get into that in another video. Let me know what you think about the Italian cruisers below. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I'm not saying I'm not doing it wrong, but you know, like, it's quite possible that I am doing it all wrong. And yeah, it's a struggle. So right, okay. So we're trying to see if we got shots at any of these ships here. You might notice. You'll see a couple of shots coming way over from the other side by sea. There's this one Wichita that really wants to kill the Roma, and there he is. You can see we have him highlighted, but he's behind an island. But he does traverse the entire map, and as you can see, typical new ship syndrome. I am getting well. That mountain is getting an absolute hammering from the enemy team because, well, yeah, they just want to try and kill the new ship, which can be frustrating, particularly when you're trying to, evaluate the ship. You want to know exactly what it's capable of, what it can and cannot do, and you're literally hounded by every man and his dog. Right now, so you can see the Bismarck is in front of us. The Bismarck is broadside, and yes, they decide to shoot at me in the Roma instead. So I'm not saying it's because they recognise my name. I don't think I'm at a point where I've got the sort of recognition in game that Spartan does, for example. But yeah, there's definitely a severe case of must kill new shiny ship, and my god, this frustrates me to hell and back. The Wichitas, they are absolutely ridiculous. They've got a ridiculous fire rate. Their bows are basically impenetrable to anything but the Yamato, I think, and their side armor is so weak. If you shoot at them in a battleship, you're just going to punch straight through them. 4 over penetrations we got on that Wichita. So unless you hit, the only way to hurt them is to hit the citadel. And as you can see, we're getting focused. We've got the Algerie, we've got the Wichita, and I believe it's a Tirpitz. I think there's another. Yeah, there is another battleship over here, and they're pretty much all dead intent on trying to kill me. And there's the Tirpitz. He disappears, but we were lined up. We'll take that shot anyway. And so yeah, you get focused a lot in these new ships, which makes it difficult. And honestly, with the HE spam is an issue, which is why I've gone for a very much a tanky survivability build on this ship. So reducing our chances of getting fire, reducing the duration the fires burn, all that good stuff. Like I said, if you really want to know, I'll probably do a second video on the ship when we've got to grips with it a little bit more. But you know, a lot of people are, you know, there's going to be some people that are going to be considered buying this ship outright, and just want to get this out nice and early, so at least they've got an idea. And then the Iowa sails out broadside to us. Hey Bob, 2 citadel hits. Not a bad salvo. Could have been better. Could have been worse. And this is where that Wichita that we spotted earlier, that was the other side of the map, they spawned at sea, has travelled all the way over to this flank. Not going for the cap. All he's doing is focusing on us. Obviously, we've got a broadside Iowa. We've got to take the shots when we get them. And alright, no citadels that time, but we've done enough damage. So we see this Algeries trying to flank us. He's either trying to flank us or he's actually trying to cap, and we show that mountain exactly who's boss. And I don't know if you've noticed, if you're paying attention to the mini-map, but that Wichita has literally just sat there, broadside in front of me, and we get rid of the Algeries because that's going to be an annoyance. And yeah, he's just sitting there, completely broadside. The Bismarck comes, Bismarck fires a salvo at him, does absolutely nothing, overpens. We've got those torpedoes, they're probably from the Algerie, but you never know. So we're going to back up, and we're going to try and use the island that we just passed to give our side a bit of cover. Salvo off of the Wichita. Yeah, nothing. Well, we got 2 pens, 2 overpens. So I really need to figure out exactly where the citadel on this Wichita is, because if you don't hit the citadel, you're basically wasting your shells. Which, as you'll see, and yeah, fair dues to him, he's being brave. A bit unfortunate, but the Bismarck is just sitting there, kind of letting him get away with it. And look, yeah, tickle. Yeah, just give him a little tickle. The Bismarck is in a position to put a hurt in on that Wichita, but he's more focused on the Iowa. If he pulled back a bit, got himself out of the line of sight of the Iowa, we could end this Wichita really quickly. But unfortunately, that's not going to happen anytime soon. So another salvo off. Look at that, boom, 2 overpens.
Our team is taking the lead.
Why do I bother? Like. Honestly, this is why I've been playing British cruisers so much, because a British cruiser will if the Wichita done that to me in the Edinburgh, or even a Fiji, it would have lasted about 15 seconds. But no. And this is how determined he is. He's got really lucky that he's starting to back up. He can shoot at the Bismarck from where he is, but he's backing up because he's going to try and get some more shots off at us. And we get our rear turret in because we're deciding, right, screw this noise, we're going to go after the Iowa, and there we go, we actually get a citadel hit. So RNG is not blessing us at this moment, but luckily, I think partly because of the work we've put in over here, the fact that stupidly that Wichita traversed the entire map just to engage with us, that our team has completely ruined the enemy flank. There's their last surviving ship from over that side is a battleship that's running and heading our way now, and I believe that is a Tirpitz, if I remember rightly, and he's been chased down by a destroyer, 2 cruisers and a battleship. So there's nothing he can do. If they had a Wichita that could have killed the destroyer, then things might have been very different over on that flank. But they weren't. And here he comes again, our good old buddy, our very determined Wichita. and it's a bit angled, so we finally get some. We get 5 over penetrations, but it's enough to sink him and put an end to his reign. So it was a Bismarck. Bismarck is the last ship left alive, and I was expecting this Tirpitz to turn left to port to fire his torpedoes. So we started manoeuvring too soon, and this is where the Tirpitz decides, actually no, I'm gonna spin the other way. I don't know if he'd already wasted his torpedoes, so we're gonna die, but we're gonna hold our shots. Nice flat broadside, juicy hit, and we are gonna take those torpedoes, and that's gonna be the end of us. But 120,000 damage, and I'll add it to the end of this video probably. No, well, if I save it. We've had generally some pretty good success. It either goes, I haven't had any properly outstanding games in the Roma, but consistently doing around 100,000 damage. If you looked at my average, if you could look at averages for a ship, about 100,000. So it is, and I'm not used to it, and I haven't got a good commander for it, but it is a very strong ship, and I'm very much looking forward to taking to playing this more. It is a ship I'm definitely going to play, and I'm just gutted I wasted so many promotion orders on the Italian cruiser captains that I couldn't put them into this thing. But yeah, so that's our first look. So the Roma, decent guns at close range. It's definitely a brawler. It can, as you can see with the Iowa, it can dish out the punishment and the Tirpitz, and also take a hit, just not torpedoes. So I hope you did enjoy that, and well, until next time, take care.